support. But that means 80% of our budget is through self-generated means: admissions, rides, parking, donors, advocates, and our members of our zoo. Raising prices is hard and unavoidable. The zoo has operated with a fiscal responsibility, keeping it top of mind, and managed to stay within our means to the best of our ability. But inflation, costs of goods, and services keep going up. For instance, last year, for 2 polar bears, it cost us roughly $130,000, which is way over costs of 4 years ago. The board of directors and internal staff have spent the last 8 months examining the zoo's budget, researched alternatives, and looked for a thoughtful approach on how to move forward. We included thought partners from our community along the way. Creating a tiered and stratified admission structure with a seasonal pricing change is our way to build a financially viable model that provides affordable options for our community and our visitors. Last year, 80% of the zoo's visitors used discounts, membership, events, or programs to access the zoo. That only left 20% being the full-price adults admission that everybody has been quoting. We expect under the new program that more of our community becomes members of the zoo, as membership to the zoo is a great value and pays for itself in around 2 visits. In conclusion, Zoo for All is about accessibility. Many low-income people could not have come to the zoo prior to its implementation, regardless of the admissions change. And now they have the ability to come and enjoy the zoo. The program has many discounts available to those in our community, and that includes using their Buffalo Erie County library cards, military discounts, AAA discounts, and of course the membership that I've also mentioned. I encourage all of our community to explore the many options available. Before we take questions, I'm going to introduce David Flynn, Chairman of our board.
Thank you, Lisa. As Lisa mentioned, I'm the chair of the zoo's board of directors, and the board of directors is grateful to our many supporters and community leaders who have helped the Buffalo Zoo to carefully consider and develop pricing structures that keep our treasured zoo operating at the highest levels while making sure that a visit with our animals is an affordable and rewarding experience for all. Structures such as tiered memberships for children and seniors, special discounts such as our Zoo for All program, and membership plans help to achieve that. I want to thank Lisa, as well as our county executive and other elected representatives for their support and bold leadership to make the zoo accessible and to continue our commitment to excellence. Thank you.
I can take questions.
The Republicans that I spoke with today just said they're hearing from constituents that are complaining and telling them that those prices are just too much for middle-class families to afford and bring their kids here.
I just encourage them to look at all the different options. If they're in Erie County, then they can get the library card discount by just going and getting that free opportunity.
And that's $10 off?
So it's $5 off each of the admission prices. So if it's an adult, it would be $10 off an adult. If it's a child, $10 or $5 off.
Do you feel maybe the way you rolled this out is kind of causing this? Because it sounds like you announced the program, but people didn't really realize there was the other rate increase.
Well, in my original press conference, I did mention that we were going to a seasonal dynamic pricing structure. So I'm sorry that there was confusion.
The Republican Minority Caucus, more on that, has also said that if prices aren't brought down, it could impact public funding for the zoo going forward in the budget. What's your response to that?
Well, we hope that that's not the case, of course, because we work very hard to serve our community in a variety of ways. So we'll work with them, we'll invite them out to come talk with us.
Could you speak more specifically just on this price increase? Where specifically is this money going to go? Are there specific exhibits it's going to go to?
So it's going to our general operations fund, which funds all of it. So some will go to feed animals, some will go to exhibit improvements. A lot will go to facilities maintenance.
I know you mentioned some price issues. What was the biggest cost that you've seen increase with inflation?
Staffing has been a huge cost, as well as healthcare, and then goods and services just keep going up. You know, we all see it in the grocery store. We're seeing it here at the zoo as well.
We're looking to compare some other zoos. This is not unusual, is it? Because we just apply one zoo, which day of the week it is.
Yeah, going to dynamic and seasonal pricing is something that's becoming more relevant in the zoo world because we have to adjust our pricing structures.
Do you have any intention at this point of repealing this price increase?
Not at this time.
Are you worried about the backlash from the public?
Of course, the community is so important to us, and we want everybody to find a price point that works for them. That's why in our in-season pricing, Tuesdays are still remaining the off-season price. So we're trying to accommodate everybody, still even in the nice weather.
So we were looking at the numbers, and despite receiving an influx of money year over year from taxpayer dollars, the zoo is still losing revenue each year. How do you justify that? What exactly is happening? Can you explain that?
Well, as I've mentioned, expenses keep going up, and the cost of staffing alone, minimum wage, as you all know, keeps going up in the state. So we have to find ways to adjust for that. We've done our best to cut expenses and to change our staffing model as best as we can, and this price adjustment is the way we're going to have to fill that gap.